They're big, they're fast, they're powerful. It's not quite a supercar, definitely not a hypercar, but it's something that'll get you there a little bit quicker and in style. Most of the time they have 2 doors. Now it seems this product range is starting to be acceptable of 4. The creature comforts behind this product is something that everybody wants. If you just want to go out on the weekend with your favorite person and go head up the slopes, spend some time at the spa, or just go away, this is the type of fast, fun vehicle you want. You're not going to go flying down a back road in your Huracan and your Aventador. No, that's what you use to go back and forth to work or go to the tracks. On your weekends, you're hopping behind the wheel of your McLaren GT, throwing some luggage in and going out for a nice weekend. GT cars, they've been here for a long time, and this market seems to be growing rate of millionaires and billionaires around the world. Grand Touring, it's not just for comfort, it's for style too. Welcome back to the AutoLooks podcast. I'm your host, as always, the doctor to the automotive industry, Mr. Everett J, coming to you from our main website at AutoLooks.net. If you haven't been there, stop by, check it out, and go to the Corporate Links website page if you're looking for any car company from around the globe. Big or small, we have them all on the AutoLooks.net website. The AutoLooks podcast is brought to you by Ecom Entertainment Group and distributed by Podbeam.com. If you'd like to find the AutoLooks podcast, you can find it on every major streaming site from Spotify to iTunes. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email over at email@autolooks.net. So like I said at the beginning, GT, Grand Touring products. We all know the sports car race kind of ends on the Grand Touring marketplace. Grand Tourers are the big, bulky, comfortable, and yet powerful vehicles that we all want to drive around in. Sure, everybody wants to own an Aventador, or a Porsche 918, or a Ferrari Enzo. We want those cars. But that's not something that's plausible for us to go to back and forth to work in every single day. We want to be comfortable. After a long, hard day at work, you don't want to sit into a seat that's made to contour your body at a high rate of speed, which means the padding on it is so stiff, it's just as bad as your painful back. You want to get into your nice, fun car that handles well, can go faster than anyone else, and still looks good. Well, that's where the Grand Touring marketplace comes from. And all major sports car manufacturers know that they need a GT product. Hell, GT products are where it's at. They cost similar to that of executive style sedans. So if you're looking at a Mercedes S-Class, you can also be looking at a Mercedes SLS. You want that Grand Touring product. You want to be able to go somewhere where it's fast. Hell, how many times have you been going down the interstate or major highway and you get passed by this guy flying past you in a Porsche 911? Well, Porsches are comfortable cars. You buy those to get around and to be comfortable. They come with targa tops, convertibles, hard tops. You get all the creature comforts you need in your vehicle, along with it being very nimble and very fast. Well, that's great for somebody who lives in a downtown core who never gets to get out and drive it fast. But you can still roll up to the office looking good in your Porsche. But what about those weekends where you want to go out and have fun? Well, a GT3 is there for you. You could plop that thing out in a racetrack and go barreling down back roads. They are fun, but they are not comfortable. Taking a trip with my wife and going to a day spa is not something I want to do well behind the wheel of a high-performance supercar. I love my supercar, and I love to get around, but unfortunately, it's just not that comfortable, and that's where Grand Touring products come from. Everybody knows that you need a GT to get here and there, and hell, if you gotta pick up a few things, you can do it. Supercars don't have a lot of trunk space. They're made to go from point A to point B without bringing much along with you. A Grand Touring product is made to go from point A to B at a longer distance for a longer duration in more creature comfort. They're for the people who don't want to buy a coupe. Ooh, I got a Mercedes E-Class coupe. Well, yeah, but it's just a sedan with 2 less doors. The Grand Touring products are the one you want. You want your Mercedes AMG GT or the previous SLS. You want that comfortable, fast car. One of the reasons why the coupe market has died out to near non-existence is the fact that the Grand Touring marketplace is growing, and is growing in a way where a lot of these products are now being blended into other segments. Grand Tourers used to only belong to the sports car market. In today's today's world, Grand Touring products can be found in both sedans and active lifestyle vehicle marketplaces. The brand new Ferrari Purisang, and hell, even the Porsche Panamera, inclusive of Grand Touring products. These are super saloons. They may classify as a saloon, but its creature comfort level puts it in the same category as Grand Touring products. Grand Tourers are fun, are fast, and are comfortable. But Grand Tourers are something that the product a company needs. Koenigsegg has realized this by bringing out the Camaro, a 4-seater creature comfort vehicle for longer distance traveling. The funny thing with it, it still only has 2 doors, similar to that of the DeLorean Alpha 5. And hell, even before all this, the Ferrari FF. These Grand Touring products were made to bring you and a few friends along for the ride. You can get there fast, but you could do it with a few other people. The original McLaren F1 had 3 seats, you and 2 friends. In a sense, it was similar to a Grand Tour. You can bring more than just 1 extra person with you. But the comfort level on a McLaren F1 was not there. It was built for speed. A GT product similar to that of an Aston Martin DB11 or the Ferrari 555 Maranello are built for comfort. They're nimble, they're fast, and they get you where you're going. With the new release of the brand new DeLorean Motor Company, the Alpha 5 blends the lines between sedan and Grand Tourer perfectly, better than the Panamera ever did. The Panamera had 4 fixed doors, classifying it as a sedan. It gives you the illusion of being in a GT marketplace, similar to that of the Mercedes-Benz CLS originally gave us with the Coupe marketplace. But the Alpha 5 blends those lines perfectly. It gives us a fun, fast, 4-seater vehicle with only 2 doors. Its length and its interior dimensions classify it as a sedan. But considering the fact that it's only 2 going doors, it can run alongside the Grand Touring products. A GT product is great for sports car manufacturers. It's not a product that'll dilute your brand, similar to that of the Porsche Cayenne and, well, even the release of the Panamera. The Aston Martin Rapide did it as well. They're Grand Touring saloon sedans, but they're not true Grand Touring products. Where a Ferrari FF falls into the line of a Grand Tourer. You could bring 4 people along in comfort. Sure, there's not a lot of storage room, but it's a 2+2 seating position. Grand Tourer products are built on the same lines of Grand Touring Sports and supercars. They are built for dedicated speed. In a sense, they are the fastest 4-seater vehicles out there. They are built to get you from point A to point B as fast as possible. So every ounce of technology is put into creating more power, more agility, while also keeping a comfort level higher. Something that a lot of small boutique car companies have trouble doing. Well, starting out, companies like Koenigsegg and Singer can't get into the Grand Touring marketplace because they are solely dependent on building speed. They need to go fast. They need to get there fast, and they need to sell these cars that are super fast to tons of people. But eventually those people are going to want to get somewhere at a little bit lower pace, and they're going to want to bring some stuff along with them. Bugatti noticed this way back after the Veyron originally was released, bringing back the Gallagher concept. They thought, hey, why don't we create a super saloon product because people want creature comforts to bring products and friends along with them. Where the Bugatti Veyron is a dedicated, purpose-built vehicle for speed and speed only. It does it so well that you forget you even have friends that you want to bring along. But those people who own those castles and mansions where you park your Veyron still want to get somewhere a little more comfortable. Whereas you've seen in the driveways that people who own muscle cars or build sports cars or import tuners, they always have that. Their fun, exciting vehicle. And then they have something a lot more comfortable. They'll have a sedan or a truck or an SUV or a CUV. To get from point A to point B, they want to do it and be able to bring their stuff along. You want something you can throw your dog in and not have to worry about them destroying the interior, which, if you destroy it, will cost you an absurd amount of money to repair. Supercars and GTS products fall into that category. GTS products are the jumping point before supercar stardom. You want a Grand Touring Sport because you want to do it fast, fun. You're dedicated to speed, but you don't want to spend as much money to get the world's greatest technology. So it won't go as fast, but it still looks like you go as fast. Well, the 911 sits in a category of that price range, where it starts at an entry point and ends at the high end. The 911 blends nearly every market of the sports car industry in existence. distance into one. And with the release of the new Dakar, the 911 just became the #1 sports car in the world for creature comforts. It's the Grand Tourer that everybody wants. When you're young and you want to buy a sports car and you don't care about comfort levels, you don't care about shiatsu massaging chairs, you don't care about having all the world's greatest digital clusters, a navigation system, or anything like that, you go out and you buy yourself a Lotus Evora. Hands down, plain, simple, and yet very agile. It utilizes the same engine as a Toyota Camry, but goes much faster. Its body and suspension system has been worked in to a point where it's so agile, it can grab corners as easily as anything else. It's like you're going out for a jog on the back roads. But if anyone has ever ridden in one of those cars, they are not comfortable. Lotus builds purpose-built speed, dedicated track vehicles for the road. They're simple and yet majestic. They take as much weight out of it as possible so you can go even faster and handle just as well. But when your bones start to ache and you get a bit older, you don't want that. Sure, you still want to go out on those back roads and go just as fast. And you want something just as nimble, but you want to sit back in a comfortable seat. You want to have all the creature comforts that can come to you. You want heated seats, air conditioning, heated steering wheel, heated pedals. You want a massaging backrest and full navigation. But you don't want to drive a sedan. And unlike your friends, you don't want to get into the active lifestyle vehicle marketplace. I'm not buying a Urus. I don't want a Cayenne. I don't want to look like this is my grocery gander. I want to go out and have fun. And I want to look like I'm having fun. But I want to have the same comfort level as my S-Class. And that is when car companies say a Grand Tourer is what you require. Aston Martin is one of the top Grand Touring producing companies out there. Nearly every product they've ever produced has been set to being a creature comfort vehicle. Outside of their limited production runs of the 177, the Vulcan, products like that are dedicated for speed. That's why they run in the supercar class. A DB9 is more of a touring product, where a DB11 is a Grand Touring product. It costs more. It's got more displacement, but it still has those comfort levels that you expect. A Bentley Baclair is a perfect example of Bentley saying, hey, we're tired of doing coupes. We're tired of doing sports cars. We want a dedicated Grand Tourer. A Continental GT is just that. Continental Grand Tourer. It has 4 seats, every creature comfort that can come to you in the sedan form with 2 doors. You look fast and you look good. Grand Tourers are those products that give you what you want. When you want to go fast, you get a Shelby Mustang. When you want to be comfortable, you get a Mustang GT. Same goes with a Porsche. If you want to go fast, you get a GT3. If you want to be comfortable, you get a 911. If you really want comfort, you can go for the Carrera style. And if you want a little bit more speed, you go for the Turbo. Grand Touring 2+2 products are what blends the line of creature comforts and speed. They showcase to the world that you can put a high output engine into a small package and still make it comfortable for anybody. Running over a speed bump in a Grand Touring product is similar to that of hitting it in a creature comfort sedan like a Mercedes S-Class or Genesis G90. Whereas when you hit that in your lowered Civic or your Lamborghini Aventador, you feel it. Sure, you can go faster with the supercar. And sure, their designs rate higher on the AutoLooks scale. But Grand Touring products are the products you want. Your midlife crisis is when you really start to look at it and say, I want something fun, I want something fast, but I don't want discomfort. Your GT market is what you need. Grand Touring products have a main place in the automotive marketplace. And with more billionaires and millionaires out there these days, and more of those people saying, hey, there's no coupe models of anything out there anymore, but we still want 2 doors and we want to go fast. The Grand Touring market is blowing up. And the differentiation between a Super Saloon and the Grand Touring product is being blended into a form never seen before, where the Alpha 5 and the Gamera have 4 seats and oversized doors and put it in the same proportions of traveling sedans. These Grand Tourers prove to us that you don't have to have a sleek back end, similar to that of the Ferrari FF, an oversized hatchback. You don't need to destroy your brand, and Koenigsegg knows this. They know they have a clientele that wants a creature comfort car that goes fast. But they're not willing to jump into the sedan marketplace or the utility marketplace because they don't want to dilute their brand in the same context that Porsche has done. How Lamborghini has done it with the Urus. It may be a cutting-edge design product, but it's still diluted the brand. Ferrari with the Purisang is essentially saying goodbye to the FF as we add 2 hidden rear doors on a lifted hatch. These Grand Touring products are what we all want, and these Grand Touring products are the fast ones that we want to take us there. GT products are the ones that you want when you're a retired billionaire. You want comfort, but you want speed. Not necessarily does every GT a 2+2. Some of them have the ability to have 2 rear seats added into them, but don't have them. But they still classify in the Grand Touring aspect, whereas their creature comfort level is higher than the standardized product. The McLaren GT is essentially a 570S with more cargo capacity. It's the car I hop into when I want to go to the spa 4 hours away from me with my wife. It's not the vehicle that I take when I go out to my parents' place and I hug every single fun back road for that 45-minute journey. Grand Tours are keeping my ass planted and my ass comfortable. So what's your favorite Grand Touring product? Take a look at the AutoLooks.net website and see some of the GT products we showcase on this podcast's page. And after that, stop by, check out the website, read some of the reviews, and go to the Corporate Links websites. And promote us! Click the like button at the bottom and like the AutoLooks podcast so you can hear more about the Grand Touring marketplace, brand new products that are coming out, and future podcasts about the products in the industry that we all love. AutoLooks Podcast has been brought to you by Ecom Entertainment Group and distributed by Podbeam.com. The AutoLooks Podcast is hosted by the one and only doctor to the automotive industry, Mr. Everett J. And if you'd like to get in touch with Everett J, send him an email over at email@autolooks.net. So for myself, Everett J, the AutoLooks team here, strap yourself in for this one fun, comfortable, and yet fun ride that the Grand Touring products will take us on.